In case you missed anything, this is all the Real Madrid news that came out today. And well, I'm starting out with this because the next scheduled games: Albacete, Levante, Monaco, Villarreal, Benfica, and Rayo. Today when you're watching this, it will be Arbeloa's first test. Now anyways, today Arbeloa had two things: his first training session and also the pre-match press conference. He arrived at Valdebebas around 7 in the morning, something habitual during his time at Castilla. Most of the players arrived an hour and a half, 9:30 before training. And also Antonio Pitos was back in training with the players. Now Mbappe was not training with the team, as him and Rodrigo are both out of tomorrow's game. But also in training with the first team, you had Mami Palacios, Joan Martinez Estero, and David Jimenez. But also Dr. Mijix arrived in training. And Diego Lopez is not joining Arbeloa on the first team and the coaching staff. Now talking about his staff, here's the whole list. Carmona is the second coach. Pintus is the physical trainer. Ricardo da Silva is the assistant. Kevin is another assistant. Francis Sanchez is the technical analyst. And Luis Lopez is the goalkeeper's trainer. Now with all that being said, if you're enjoying the video so far, just like the video so I know. And if you want to stay updated with Real Madrid news, just follow. Also, shout out to all these people that commented in my last Real Madrid news video. Now, if you want to shout out in the next video, just type out Pintos in the comments. Now, like I said, there was a press conference, and if you want to know what Arbeloa said, I made a separate video on this. But anyways, know that Real Madrid told Arbeloa that if he delivers trophies and has a good connection with the players, he will continue as Real Madrid coach next season. Otherwise, the club will go for a different coach this summer. Now, speaking about different coaches, a fan placed a banner at Valdebebas today. Zidane, the ship is sinking. Come back. Also, it was said that Enzo Maresca is admired by Real Madrid. And there was news about Jurgen Klopp. If Jurgen Klopp decides to return to coaching, he will be an option for Real Madrid in the summer. Now, Jurgen Klopp did say, if Xabi Alonso, who showed for more than 2 years in Leverkusen what an extraordinary talent he is as a coach, has to leave Real Madrid only 6 months later, it shows you that things are not 100% at the club. Now, know that he has a long-term contract with Red Bull and his strong indications with the Red Bull project, but Real Madrid hold a major appeal for him. If Real were to make a serious move, Klopp would give it a serious consideration. Now, you also had Khabib saying this on IG. I think Alonso is one of the top 3 coaches of today. If this team didn't work out with him, we need to change the players, not the coach. I'm just sure that no coach can handle this lineup. Real Madrid needs to get rid of the capricious players. If you come to the gym or on the field, it doesn't matter whether it's fighters or football players. As a head coach, you rule. But if you have such an aura on your team that not everyone meets your requirements, then you are definitely not on the way. And he also said there is nothing like loyalty. 1 year ago, they begged him. Now they fire him because of spoiled kids. Xavi, you are the best. Now talking about tomorrow, this is the expected Real Madrid lineup: Lunin, Raúl Asensio, Dean, David Jimenez, and Fran Garcia. Chouameni, Bellingham, Arda Güler, Franco Gonzalo, and Vinny Jr. Arbeloa's vision is a 4-3-3 system, a pivot who progresses the ball, size doesn't matter, fast-paced attack, pressing required. And while Lorenzo Aguado and Vallejo are set to start with Real Madrid tomorrow. Now also, there was a lot of news about Xabi Alonso today. Xabi Alonso was very upset that Real Madrid refused his request of signing Subimendi last summer. So met the club in the meeting where he got sacked. He told them that they cannot give so much power to the players. He believes that it's impossible to dominate a locker room if the club is always with the players. Also, Xabi Alonso technical staff knew since November that 7 Real Madrid players were criticizing them. Sources close to Xabi Alonso pointing out the extreme difficulty of coaching players with such big egos. A second source said that Real Madrid did not have a team interested in training. One player even told The Athletic, it's crystal clear that it's not a coaching problem. Now there was also news that the locker room was divided into 2 groups. The ones who were supporting Xabi Alonso and the ones that were not. And the ones that were not were Vinny, Jude, and Fede Valverde. Now there was also news that those 3 players were unwilling to accept Xabi Alonso's methods. And while Jude Bellingham on his own app, he came out and denied the report. He said, until now I let far too many of these slide, always hoping the truth will come to light in its own time. But honestly, what a load of shit. Truly feel sorry for the people that hang on to the every word of these clowns and their sources. Do not believe everything you read. Every now and then these laws need to be held accountable for spreading this kind of damaging misinformation for clicks and added controversy. Now Ramon Alvarez also said that Xabi Alonso was earning 14 million euros gross per year at Real Madrid. With the dismissal, Real Madrid will only pay him the first year of the 3 he had left on his contract. Now also Real Madrid have signed Adrian from Real Valladolid for Castilla. He joins on loan with an option to buy. Now also Pellegrini, Betis manager, said this: sacking Xabi Alonso does not seem right to me. He is 4 points behind in La Liga and still in the UCL and Copa del Rey. As a coach, you only depend on the maturity of the board. And Joao Cancelo said a big club doesn't want to see another big club sinking. And former Real Madrid president Ramon Calderon: I was surprised Xabi Alonso has left the club. I don't know if it's the right decision. We did not play bad against Barca. We could have won or even drawn the last minute. Being on this bench is very demanding. Bayern Munich's director said this about Real Madrid firing Xabi Alonso: I'm shocked, to be honest. Xavi's an exceptional coach. He did outstanding work at Leverkusen. I don't know what's happening in Madrid, but it's a bit insane. Now lastly, Neymar was asked my top 5 German players. He named Toni Kroos in one of them. Now with all that being said, let me know what you guys think about the news.